What is up, guys? Today is another day. We're out here in the Mini. I'm gonna go get a harness and a ECU for the LS swap. This is a PSI harness. Let me put the windows up so you guys can hear me. And then once I get that, I have to figure out the fuel rails, get motor mounts, get all that good stuff. But we're really close to getting that motor in there. Probably the next few videos is gonna be me taking off the front end of the car, preparing everything to put the LS swap in there. I just want to start whenever I have all the parts. That way it's not, I don't have to wait or I'm in, on a stop because I'm missing a part. So yeah, let's see if this thing makes it. It's a Mini, all sorts of problems. But let's see if it makes it, and if it does, you'll see from me. Okay, people of the internet, I'm back home. I already got the parts that I was going to get. As you can see in the previous clip, it's been a few days already. And I'm gonna show you the process of everything on the car, what I've done so far, what I've got so far. And I'm gonna make a list of parts in the comments section. That way you know what I'm getting. And if you wanna do the same thing, you can actually get the same parts. I'm trying to source out everything mostly locally. That way I don't have to order anything online. I hate waiting for parts. That's my biggest pet peeve. And yeah, I'm gonna show you everything I got and the process on the car that I went to get. This is a PSI harness. So basically it's a standalone harness. What that means is this harness by itself can work. You don't really need anything to power it because it powers itself with this fuse block. And obviously you connect it to the battery and stuff like that. You have the ECUs already flashed, but this came out of a twin turbo Chevelle. So I have to detune the ECU to be able to run the LS. And besides that, I also went to get this fuel rail. This is a return fuel rail from a Corvette, from a C5 Corvette. So it has the injectors. It's only missing one, so I need to figure that out. I have the connectors on the harness for these type of injectors anyways, so I'll be running that. LS1 intake, because a buddy of mine hooked it up, Devin, the one that you see usually in my videos. So I got the LS1 intake. Also, progress on the car. I've taken off one fender. I'm working on the other one. That way, as you can see, I'm gonna have plenty of space to work on this motor, putting it in, fitting stuff in. That way it's not just cramped in there, you know what I'm saying? And then take off that fender, take off the front end, pull the motor out. I'm gonna leave the trans in there since I'm gonna be using that trans for now. And yeah, go from there. Now I have to source out the headers and figure out the hoses for the radiator, what radiator I'm gonna use, and if that oil pan, that truck oil pan, to see if it's gonna be good, which I think it will. Some people change it just because it hangs really low and you hit anything and there goes your oil pan. But yeah, I'm gonna figure all that out. Also, I got motor mounts. I got Transdat motor mounts from Pet Boys actually, and the part number is 4592. It's LS engines into small block Chevy Gen 1, Gen 2 chassis, in this case Camaros, and it'll set it in the stock location, which is the most important thing that I need right now, because I want the engine to sit with the transmission, how the transmission's sitting. That way I don't have to take the trans out, adjust all the mounts and everything for the trans mount and all that, or the drive shaft. How you doing? And yeah, I'm gonna take all this out, the other fender, the front end, and then I'll catch you when all that stuff is off. Anyways, if you want to take off the fender, you have to take off that bolt, this bolt, and this bolt from up top. You obviously have to remove your battery to see the other, I believe it's 4 bolts on the inside and 4 bolts on the outside. You have to remove the light to be able to reach the outside ones. Once you do that, you have to unbolt a few things on here, mostly nuts. They're not really bolts. And once you do that, you go down here and there should be 2 more bolts, 1 bolt here inside the door, and that should be it, man. It should come out. You have to figure out this I forgot what the name of this is. I have to take all these harnesses off of it, obviously. And there should be 1 bolt there and 1 bolt here that connects to the front end for this splash guard, whatever. I don't even know the name of that. But yeah, you can take off just the fender without that. You can leave that in there if you want, but I'm taking everything out. That way I have all of the space. And once that's out, it's gonna be really easy to take this out, because this will just be the frame mounts, and just, it comes off. So that's all I need to worry about. Then take off obviously the radiator hoses. And that's about it. There's no real lines that go underneath here because there's no oil cooler for the transmission, I believe, that I can see. If there's one, then yeah, just undo every line that's connected to that. 2 bolts from the chassis, take the front end off. It'll come off with the bumper. You don't need to remove the bumper from here because it's a pain in the ass. So yeah, I don't recommend taking the bumper off of the front radiator support, because it's just, there's a bunch of bolts and stuff, and this stuff is really brittle, so you don't want to break these bumpers. Are really hard to get and expensive. So yeah, once you take off the fender, it's gonna look like this. As you can see, you're gonna see the bolt holes. There's 1, 2, there's one here for the splash guard, another one down there, and then all these little bolts you have to take off, then all the ones over here. And once you do that, the fender will come off, and undo these little like supports, I'm guessing, just for the fender. And yeah, it should look something like this. Once you do that, take off these big boys for the front end, and for the radiator support, and all that stuff should just come right out. You know, undo these. You have to undo just the visible stuff once you take off the fenders, because there's really nothing else holding in the front end. And yeah, that should be it. Let me show you when everything is off. 1, 2, 3. Beep. Yeah, that was my voice. We did not record anything right after that video. I don't know why I said we, because I'm the only one building this car, but we're gonna go into the future real quick. Beep. It's been a month. I've done a lot of stuff. I haven't just sat in there and doing nothing. But yeah, I'm actually gonna show you guys everything I've done so far. We're gonna get some parts today, and the one last part, which is a starter, we should get on Monday. Today is Thursday, so very excited. Hopefully you guys like what you're gonna see right now, and I'm excited. I like what I'm seeing. So let me just shut up and show you guys. The LS, or the 5.3, is in the car. Officially in the car, mounted, transmission bolted, motor mounts bolted, everything on there. As you can see, I have the accessories already figured out. Yeah guys, the motor is in there, everything is in there. I'm very excited. I even got the throttle cable installed. It's not the greatest position ever, but it's the one length I could find locally, so that's what I'm gonna be rocking for right now. And to be honest, if it works, send it. Well guys, we have teleported to the next day. There's more light. I can show you now what the car really looks like, and I just got a part in the mail that everybody loves. So let me just show you that real quick. That's right, headers. These are stainless steel headers. Really nicely done. They weld them inside and out. Big plus, and they actually grind down the welds, make them look nice. Everything TIG welded. You get a bong for the O2 sensor and everything. And overall, really nice quality for the price. I believe they're worth 289 bucks for the set, and this is what it looks like on the car. As you can see, everything clears out perfect. This is the motor, by the way. Everything on it. Accessories. I'm gonna be running power steering, and that's about it. I also added this little catch can because these motors are notorious for like eating oil. So I added this little catch can. It just hose from here to here and hose from here to down there, right here. Now I have to figure out the steam port in between for the water hoses, and that's about it. This is the accessory belt. I'm gonna put the part number on the screen or down below, that way you don't have to break your head with the accessory head for this type of setup. Basically, you use a truck bracket. This is old truck spacing. Truck bracket, cut it right here, relocate the idler pulley to the middle. This is an ICT billet relocator kit. Relocate it there, And then just a LC9 water pump, which instead of having that big ass water neck that comes here, it just comes to the side right there. Stock truck tensioner. All I did was replace the actual pulley itself. And yeah, that belt should work perfectly. It's 99 inches, 7 ridges, if that helps. But yeah, that's the motor right now. Now let's get to putting this bad boys on. What's up, guys? This is the next day after the last clip you saw. I know I'm slacking. I know I'm taking days to make a single video, but we're here with Alex. I don't know if you recall this guy. He's on every single BMW video I have, doing foo-foo shit. He almost killed me a couple times while working on a Miata. Every single car we've worked together on, he almost kills me. So yeah, that's that guy. And we're gonna show you his build real quick. It's a pretty unique build, I guess. We're gonna show you the before and after. He says it's the first in the world. I believe it, because nobody would do the kind of shit that he did to this car. But let's take a look at it.